Barakah, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. I am not a member of Great Millstone, yet I've entered into their labors. Peace, mercy, and blessings to sincere brothers and sisters who are in this thing fulfilling their lot, wherever you may be, whatever you may be doing. This is something I do from time to time. I just kind of scroll down the timeline of RT News and look and see what's going on. And as you can see, oh, wow. Yeah, so some of these I'm not going to read out loud, but you can read for yourself. And it's a lot of this going on. And you see, it's Edomites that are against it, but our people, which this could be a completely planned thing, because maybe there are some, as you know, in Brazil, there are some that are not our people. And, the same way that they have these agent provocateurs and they start these riots and so-called riots and they start these protests and it ends up being this big blown out thing and then they'll cover it in the news. So look for this to be if they put this in the mainstream media, best believe that, something is rotten in Denmark here. But okay, let's read through this. Huge demonstration against Bolsonaro, Sao Paulo today, so in St. Paul. 29. All right, so people flooded the streets of St. Paul's or Sao Paulo, Brazil's largest city and one of the world's most populous. Most wore what they were supposed to wear, carrying signs with slogans calling for it. Here's a quote. They think it's necessary. Like all bad politicians did not help. So they're here screaming for it. They are. So these Edomites is like, they're split. They're half and half. And I'm just getting this article to show you, like, if you start to see this in the mainstream media pretty soon about them screaming for that poke, they're going to use this as a point. And again, you don't know, like, they could have sent folks down there to start this mass thing. You know how the media does. It is a weapon in the hands of the so-called elite. Let's see. Okay, that's all we need there. I just wanted to show these things going on. Like, there's a lot of kickback. You see? Filed lawsuits against a hospital network in Houston, arguing that they don't want to be forced to, out of fear of getting fired. All right. Giving people June 7th deadlines, right? So if you are in this position, I will say this without saying too much. Call your life insurance people and check on your policy and see if that policy covers you post poke. If you've been double poked, ask your life insurance policy folks, call them and see, just get the information, okay? All right. So yeah, you can read that. I've left it, screenshot it and read it. I don't want to say a lot. Okay, California Cafe changes mask customers to extra $5 to pay for collateral check. So you can see, man, this thing isn't working. So what's next? Right? Armed protesters march for reparations in Tulsa, Oklahoma as the city marks 100th anniversary of Black Massacre. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to come in true fashion. and have another massacre. But the only thing is, this is the riots in the street. This is the I need my other one. Dang it. This is man. I can't even talk. Type. Boom. It's that right there, 24/7. But I like to get it out of this one with the KJV. So not only that, we can also look in the book of Esdras to pull up all of the division and the dissension and the difference of opinion between folks here, between folks in other countries. Everybody is at odds. All right, so Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So you see the bubble? You see this bubble that's about to bust amidst the food? Hey, maybe new, what is it? Dang, I can't think of the word. I have to probably repost another video. Gosh, what was it? Basically, there's a website about how they have to start feeding us fake food and controlling the cattle, and they are offering farmers subsidies to, get rid of their animals and sell their land. But if they don't do it, then they're getting taxed. So you have a planned famine, and whether it's planned or not, it's still for the sake of prophecy, according to Matthew 24:7. Okay, let's go back up to 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And that's important that we really key in to seeing that we be not troubled. And how are we not troubled? By believing and being pleasing and doing the work of the Lord while things are seemingly good. Because a lot, like the scripture says, a lot of our people are going to be willing in the day of thy power, but for most of them it will be too late, because we don't know when the Lord will wake up all of the hopeful elect, the 1/3, 144,000. We never, none of us know the entire scope of that thing. We just, we know in part and we prophesy in part. So there could be a small few that wake up, but for the most of our people, it'll be too late. Let's see what else. No Nazis in Nashville. Protesters besiege a hat store. Brands cut ties with owners who brandish not. I didn't see that. Man, you love to see it. Love to see it. As this place slowly just kind of dwindles down because of infighting. U.S. warship fails to intercept mid-range ballistic missile to target amid reports of Russian spy ship. Oh, rumors of wars, huh? Off Hawaii. Look at that. Stratcom chief claims what it claims. You're right. It can't hold. Man, my memory really sucks. I should be able to recall some of these. I know where they're at, but I gotta do a better job. Is it 18? There it is, 18 and 2. And he cried, oh, there we go. And after these things I saw another angel not come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen and become the habitation of devils, and the holder of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and merchants of the earth are waxed rich through abundance of her delicacy. But eventually, the beast is going to hate the whore and burn her with fire, and Russia is going to be the head of that. So Russia is not a part of the beast system, but they are going to be. There's a reason why he said this. So the beast system is NATO and the EU. So that's America's allies who are going to turn against him. I actually want to get that. So the whore is America. So it's 17, the previous chapter. All right, and upon her forehead was written Mystery Babylon. That's verse 5. Verse 7. Goodness. Revelation 17, verse 5. All right, and upon her forehead was a name written Mystery Babylon the Great, mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw a woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered in great admiration. And an angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and the beast that carrieth her, which have the 7 heads and the 10 horns. So there is the beast that 7 heads and 10 horns, which is NATO and the EU. And prior to that was Rome and its vassal states. The beast that thou sawest is and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. Now remember, that devil, so that Edomite nation, that Rome, when Rome fell, they were marched into caves in Europe. And we understand, according to 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and 24, pits are land masses. And it's a bottomless pit because of the lack of resources that were there. So when that 1,000-year period was done, and that's according to Revelation 20, he would rise and deceive the nations. So that's that Renaissance. But these are all Edomite people. Edomites run the beast system, and Edomites run America, who is the whore. But in true fashion, the Lord is going to make them turn against each other. All right, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life in the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. I was looking for the beast shall hate the whore and burn her with fire. That might be in Jeremiah. Here we go, verse 16. The 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Now again, Russia is not a part of that beast system, but they play a major role. And I'm just going through these articles, seeing what we got. You can see the title, so go ahead and type that in and look it up for yourself and see what else they got going in there. Let's see. Look at that. Pentagon confirms footage. They say UFOs, but we know those are chariots swarming around U.S. Navy warships is authentic. You don't have a choice but to say it's authentic. Call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man, he's making things known to those of us who may be falling short in faith. You never know what brothers struggle. So that's why we should all pray for each other, pray for strengthening our faith and keeping the Spirit strong on us and praying that the Lord doesn't take His Spirit from us. Because none of these things are deniable anymore. And look at you, so you have this, you have the rumors of war, you have the split, 100% divide between the people of this nation, between the people of other nations, about that thing, this whole demic, and among other things. And it will all very, very soon come to a head. Oh, and the famine, the food shortage that's coming, and eventually they're gonna clip the string on this internet too, because there's too much coming out. They can't, it's a lot. So I think this is really it. The rest of this stuff is kind of folly. Yeah, we don't give a shit about no trans athlete. All right. Oh, okay. So yeah, this was the video we saw earlier. Yeah, I think this is it, man. So this is just it just kind of scrolled through, looked at a couple articles. This is really just a warning. Keep your eyes peeled, because the Bible tells us to be circumspect. And I don't remember where that one is. That's Ephesians 5:15 through 20. So we'll go there and end it on that. Ephesians in the new. We'll start at 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepeth, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. So the dead, meaning that willful sin, that willful sinful state that we've been in before we knew what this truth was, before Yahweh Bashem Yahushai sent His man on this earth to, or allowed you to hear this truth on the internet, however it was. But that those dead bones begin to have flesh on them by these living waters, which is this truth, which is the word. Okay, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil, and boy, are they. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. And a lot of us don't, especially those of us still stuck in Christianity. They don't understand that the Lord doesn't love everybody, He doesn't want everybody, and that He killeth and He maketh alive. That old English kind of tricky. I might have to get it in Google. I knew it. That's cool. Maketh. TH. 1 Samuel. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Right? And we got... I bet it's ways with an E. But it's in Isaiah. Okay, so we'll get that. But we understand that His will is to turn this place right here, Babylon the Great, into a burnt offering. And most folks won't be able to wrap that around their head. Verse 18, be not drunk with wine, wherein is an excess, but be filled with the Spirit. So be paying attention. Don't be walking around in folly with your head up your ass or your nose in the air with your AirPods in, because this thing can pop immediately, because it says Though it tarry, it won't. Roughly paraphrases. Like, so you think it's taking a long time, and you think that you got a little, you got a couple minutes, but once it pops off, it ain't gonna tarry. It's a chain reaction. It's like a series of bombs that are linked together. That's called a daisy chain. When they link a bunch of IEDs together in the ground, and once one sets off, all the rest explode. I want to get your ways and not my ways. I knew it was in Isaiah 55, 8, and 9. So we'll go back, we'll get that. And this is one of my favorites. I should know this one. Because when you come in, you try to understand why the Lord would do this or wouldn't do that, or why we're here, all this other stuff. But, it's cool to have questions, and they do get answered in time if we're patient. Oh, well, we'll get 6 too. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him. And if you don't think you need mercy, you gonna figure it out. And to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. And that's what we need. Because we went off, and some shit is really about to go off, and we're going to need that mercy. We're going to need those pardons. You hear me? We are going to need mercy. And that abundant pardon that is saying right here in Isaiah, we need it more than the air you breathe, because the air you're going to be breathing is fire if you don't have the mercy. All right? For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. And rightfully so, because we are the spirits created by him. So with that being said, I hope you were edified. Kwam Yasharala, Ababa.